Yo, what's up guys, Man of the Jedi here, and we are back today doing a video by popular demand. I didn't actually think people would be that interested in this, which is why I didn't just do this yesterday when the video actually released, but we are going to be doing kind of like a reaction / first impressions to the Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer #1. Now, the reason why I didn't really think of doing this, even though my Infinity War review thing did really well, is because I usually try to avoid watching trailers for movies I know I'm gonna see. So the Infinity War one was like a teaser trailer, and I knew that it was gonna be like a really big deal, and I was super hyped, and it's just bringing together so many characters. So like I did the same thing for The Last Jedi. I watched the teaser trailer, but I didn't end up watching like the actual video for it. But I didn't end up watching the actual official trailer for it. I was that person in the theater when the Star Wars Last Jedi trailers were playing, being like, you know, blocking my ears, closing my eyes type thing, kind of like humming to myself. I was that weirdo, trying to avoid any like major spoilers. Because I find like the trend with trailers these days is there's like two things that happen. It's either the trailer shows way too much of the movie so that you feel like you go into it and you already know what's gonna happen, or it's like a gross misrepresentation of what the movie's actually going to be about, which is why movies like Fight Club and Drive did really badly when they first released, because the trailers marketed them poorly versus what they were actually going to be like, and now they're kind of like cult favorite type thing. So if I know I want to see a movie, I try to avoid trailers. Like obviously, if a trailer does its job well and you see it in the movie theater, you're going to want to go watch that particular movie. But if I already know I'm going to see it, might as well avoid the trailer. But who am I to deny the world what they want, which is the high quality entertainment of me reacting to a movie trailer? Like, who am I to deny that? So we're gonna go ahead and watch this trailer here. I just wanna say that I did really love the first Ant-Man movie, especially Michael Peña's character. He was absolutely amazing. There's just something so refreshing about a character that's just that happy, even when bad things are happening. And I know like comedy is very typical of Marvel nowadays, but just, it was so good. If you haven't seen Ant-Man, which would be weird if you're watching this video and you haven't seen Ant-Man, but maybe you're just kind of like one of my regular viewers just watching it, but you should definitely check out Ant-Man if you haven't seen it. It's not like a perfect Marvel movie or anything, but it does a lot of things in a really unique and funny way. Like Marvel has been doing a really good job with certain characters and accentuating things that can only work in those universes. So like all the stuff that they did with Doctor Strange and like the kind of like, you know, vision and perspective blurring and changes. And they do very similar things with Ant-Man with the shrinking abilities and stuff. So I think somebody is plowing the driveway right now. So if you hear loud noises, that's why. But we're gonna go ahead and watch this trailer now. And I really hope that his character, I hope Michael Peña is in this movie. I didn't look into any of that. I didn't check anything. If it's not, I'm gonna be very disappointed, because those like flashback explanation scenes are amazing. Like seriously, I rewatched it on my flight to New Orleans. So good. So I'm gonna like slide over to the side a bit so we can pop it up on the screen right here for you guys to see, and we're gonna get it started now.
I just have one question. When Cap needed help,
Took me a second to realize that wasn't
if I'd
that.
asked you, would you have come?
I guess we'll never know. But if you had, you'd have never been caught.
I do some dumb things, and the people I love the most, they pay the price.
Thanks to you, we had to run.
He just shrank
We're
an
still running.
Nice
entire
job.
building into a briefcase. That guy looks accurate. Got a Destiny-ass
Maybe you
looking
just need
character.
someone watching your back. Like a partner.
Nice,
Hold on.
interesting
You
way
gave her wings and blasters.
to do the
So I think you didn't
slow-mo.
have that tech available for me.
No, I did.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, ha! Oh, July. That's when my birthday is. All right, right out the bat, I'm gonna say I'm disappointed. I did not see a single Michael Peña Pena in that video. I realize that it is Ant-Man and the Wasp and not Ant-Man and Louise, but like, come on. He was literally the best part of the movie. Is he in it? Let me go look at the IMDb page. I don't even have to look hard. Is Jim from The Office playing Jack Ryan? Oh my God, the things you find out on the internet. Okay, I don't see it. Oh, he is. Okay, I see his name. But like, how much is he gonna be in it? He's above Michael Douglas, which is saying a lot because Michael Douglas is there's a lot of people that are ahead of here. So it looks like the villain is Ghost, who's been in the like Marvel comic books for quite a while. I don't read Ant-Man comic books. I read like the first few of the newer series that Marvel had done, like a few, like maybe in 2015. Maybe it was 2015. It was around the time that the movie came out, obviously, that I was reading some of that, and they'd rebooted a bunch of their series. But yeah, in this movie, it literally looks like a Destiny character, which isn't a bad thing. It's a cool look. It's a cool look. Ghost is like a kind of like a tech-based villain, which is really, really good for this series and kind of the direction that they've gone with. Like, you know, like the first movie was very heavily like technology-based, based on that. So it's good to have a villain that would be tech-based. And honestly, I think that's a good way to go. Obviously, if somebody developed technology that can make people shrink and grow and do all this crazy stuff, it would make sense that a villain would be based on technologies and infiltrating that kind of like that corporate level. So I think that's a good place for them to go with this movie. And honestly, that trailer was great. That honestly, as being considered an official trailer, was a great teaser trailer. I don't think it showed too much. You know, we got a little brief look at a villain. We got obviously the foundation that is Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's not just an Ant-Man centric movie. We got strong focus on both. It shows you that there's conflict. Something happens that shows that the Pims and Scott both have to run like as a unit, and it's something that he's done that's led to the point that they have to kind of escape and figure out whatever is going on there. And the FBI is obviously involved, so it's a pretty large scale thing. But it doesn't really give away too many details. So I like that. I just felt like it was kind of like it was like an action montage. I feel like it actually showed less than the Infinity War trailer did for being a teaser trailer, and this is being an official trailer, so I will give it props for that. Like I said, one of my biggest issues is how trailers have been portrayed recently, and this kind of was a really nice flip on that. I personally think it looks really good. Like I said, I am not like, it's not like my knowledge of Infinity War, which I would say is a lot higher than my knowledge of Ant-Man's history and what Ant-Man is as a character. I know more about Ant-Man as a member of the units and a member of being part of a larger organization and what they've kind of done with Ant-Man since that movie came out. So I don't pretend to be like an Ant-Man specialist. And obviously there are Marvel proprietaries, Marvel characters that I'm way more into and movies that I'd be way more excited for. But this looks really good. And like I said, if we got some Michael Pena action in there, I'll be very happy. But I honestly think this looks like a solid sequel with the character appropriately blended in. Obviously it's not being branded as Ant-Man 2, it's being branded as Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I think is fine. And obviously you got some good moments with his daughter, which I think is one of the really core things that you need to have with Ant-Man. Obviously you didn't get that in the Civil War movie because it really wasn't necessary or wouldn't have added, and it would have probably actually taken away from the movie as a whole there. But Ant-Man as a core is honestly as bad choice as he makes for his life. He is very devoted to his daughter and dedicated to trying to do the best for her. So I think it's really important to show that he is still involved with her and that he's still around, and it's not just kind of like we're gonna forget that this kid exists now and just kind of move forward. So I did really like that. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I'm not gonna be one of those people that shows a bunch of like fake over the top reactions to anything. Like I think that it's really cool that they're going with the Ghost. I actually didn't know that was the villain that they were going with. Because like I said, if I know I'm gonna see a movie, I don't bother looking into things too much. I just like watching the movie when it hits theaters and just being entertained. I don't know, maybe that makes me weird. I know some people like looking into every little detail and they go into it, and I honestly think that's why some people end up hating movies so much. They go watch things like Star Wars, and it's because it'll never meet the expectations that they had pre-developed in their head. Maybe there's some people out there that are massive Ant-Man fans that really don't like the direction the movies have gone with the character, but I think they did a really good job with it. Marvel has proven time and time again that they can take characters that nobody really cares about or nobody really knew about and update them or just blend them into this modern era and make people genuinely love them. And I think that that's what a lot of people try to like sidestep. DC, for example, and obviously most superhero movies do this to an extent. They try to let the character drive the movie, like literally the fact that it's like, oh, well, Superman's in this. People love Superman. That's all you need. Rather than letting the movie drive the character. And I think that that's something Marvel has gotten really, sorry, somebody opened the door. I think that's something that Marvel has done really well since Iron Man, especially Iron Man. And I know that it was because of the necessity of the fact that they sold all of their proprietary titles to different companies. So for them to start, they literally had to use the bottom of the barrel characters, or the characters that really had kind of fallen by the wayside over the years. And like I said, when they brought Guardians out, I was like, oh God, I don't know if this is gonna work. And now Guardians is like my favorite thing Marvel has done. Honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy is top tier stuff that Marvel has done. So I think that they really understand letting the movie drive the character and letting the movie build the character rather than trying to just build on the character's name itself, because they had to, and they do it really, really well. So that is gonna do it for today's video. If you guys agree or disagree, please sure to let me know in discussion in the comment section down below. If there's anything else you guys would ever like to see from me, please let me know. If you didn't happen to see my Infinity War reaction, feel free to go do that. I also broke down all of the Marvel movies from like start to finish on what I thought was the best to the worst, and broke them down by phase. You can check that out too if you're into more Marvel content and enjoy my babbling. So otherwise, we'll catch you all later. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I said that outro backwards, so peace out.